State health investigators have served subpoenas for records at several Planned Parenthood offices in Texas.
Texas does have hard evidence showing Medicaid fraud as well as violations of federal and state law concerning abortion procedures.
It was trunk intact.
Trunk intact.
So usually what I do is if it's a breech presentation, I'll remove the extremities first, the lower extremities, and then go for the spine and sort of bring it down that way.
Right.
Those are actually, the people in those videos are amazing and compassionate and wonderful doctors and staff of Planned Parenthood.
I always try and keep the trunk intact just by function of always trying to aim for the spine to bring it down.
If there was a training, I would just basically say any research case I'm going to do. And as you get better, I'll let you do more of those cases, but we really need to try to do this intact. So.
Well, this will give me something to strive for.
Are y'all with Planned Parenthood in Texas? Did I hear that correctly?
I'm with Planned Parenthood in Texas. She's with Whole Woman's Health.
Oh, with Whole Woman's Health.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So my name is Robert Sarkis. I'm with a company called Biomax.
Hi.
We do fetal tissue procurement, like for stem cell researchers and things like that. Cool. And we've been in contact with Dr. Nicotola the past couple of months, just talking about which affiliates would be good to partner with and all that. And she actually mentioned both of your organizations simply because the volume in Texas is like at these few clinics that remain is skyrocketing right now. Is your medical director here?
He is here, yes, and I'm going to be seeing him this afternoon, so I can send him over to the...
let me go ahead and give you some of our stuff. Yeah, and we do return a portion of our researcher fees to the clinics that work with us, so...
Just so it's worthwhile for everybody.
I think that ABR is doing $50 per specimen right now, was what I last heard. We could do 60. Not that we have to fight over it. I mean, if there's room for us to come in on the next day, like we're happy to do that too.
Yeah, I'm sure there won't be, a problem with volume. Given, the unfortunate situation the state's in. But
what is your clinic volume like now? How many procedures per week?
Well, I mean, it's changing now because the law went into effect last week, where like the rest of the clinics in the state closed.
Right,
and there's
that's
just
what I
8 that are open.
Right.
So it's hard to predict what it's going to be, but I know that 80,000 abortions happen in the state, and so we have divided that by 8.
So I guess I'm just
we're scheduling 25 procedures a day, 3 days, 10 days a month. Wow. Is when we do procedures. So we were scheduling 25, and now we're going to be increasing it to 30. I'm the only provider, so there's only so much.
Oh, you are one of the providers. Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
See the
No, that's right. That's okay. I'm the provider at our Austin clinic.
Okay.
But right now we don't know what to happen.
How far do you go at the Austin clinic?
21.6.
21.6. And do you DIG?
I use DIG after 20.
After 20.
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys can't take DIG.
Right, yeah, DIG nukes the stem cells, so it's just no longer useful. We also, we're typically looking for later gestations, because that just happens to be like the sweet spot with how the cells differentiate and everything.
I think that's hard. Well, we go to 22 because of, the band, so we can go further, but definitely DIG.
Right, yeah, and they need to be pretty intact as well, like mainly the body cavity. Not too torn up, like we don't want to be playing like find the liver, oh it's in 8 pieces.
Right. Okay, so I do 2-day cervical prep, so it's not like I'm doing a same-day cervical prep, so I can usually get good dilation, so my aim is usually to get the specimens out.
Like an induction type of thing?
Well, no, I do laminaria. But leaving him in for 24 hours, I can usually get 3 to 4 centimeters of dilation, which usually allows me to get to extract it more tight. I do that starting at 18 weeks. The 16 to 18 weeks, I do a same-day prep, and so that's just sort of
Do you use ultrasound guidance for that?
Yeah.
So can you convert to breech?
I can if I need to, and if it's generally don't have to do that I don't usually do it in the 16 to 18 weeks because I don't really need to.
It's just not necessary.
With a further gestation, I will sometimes do that if it's a cephalic presentation just because it's easier to get. So
because that's what Dub was telling us really makes a difference for tissue collection at PPLA. Is that if you convert to she said if you convert to breech, she says then you get she said you get increasing dilation as the case goes on, and then she said at the very end she's like you can even evacuate the entire calvarium intact if you need to, which you do if there's a request for fetal brain. They're always wanting both hemispheres, and so
I haven't been able to do that yet.
To get the calvarium
intact.
It's like maybe next time.
I know, right? Well, this will give me something to strive for.
Exactly.
Excellent. Under ultrasound guidance, they can just change the presentation.
To bring the body cavity out, intact and all that.
So if you do it starting from the breech presentation, there's dilation that happens as the case goes on, and often the last kind of evacuated intact calvarium at the end.
And so, of those two 20-week cases last week, for example, what was the intactness of the specimen like?
It was trunk intact.
Trunk intact.
So usually, what I do is, if it's a breech presentation, I'll remove the extremities first, the lower extremities, and then go for the spine and sort of bring it down that way.
Right. You said if that's a breech presentation, or if that's a
if it's a breech presentation, And if it's cephalic, I'll try and get the cal first. But if I'm struggling getting the cal, usually it's a function of how good my dilation is. Oftentimes it's hard to get around the cal, especially the 20-weekers are a lot harder versus the 18-weekers, and so at that point I'll switch to breech.
Good. Yeah, I was just curious what we might be working with.
I always try and keep the trunk intact just by function of always trying to aim for the spine to bring it down.
Oh, interesting. So that's what you can grasp is the spine.
Exactly. And so you keep it all in alignment, and it just makes the procedure easier. Every once in a while, if the dilation's bad, then I do whatever I can.
Yeah, he's got to change your game
plan. And that's like a function of the individual patient characteristics.
Right. Liver is in huge demand right now.
Is it really? Okay.
Liver. There has been an uptick recently in requests for heart valves.
Okay.
So intact hearts, intact livers.
One of our POC persons is really into organ development, so she'll she'll pull out like kidneys and the heart at the heart we frequently see at 9 weeks because she always looks for it, and so she
just like for fun.
She just because it's amazing. It's just like it's sort of I have so much respect for development. It's just so incredible how but she's always at 10, 11, 12 weeks she's like trying to find the kidneys and finding all the organs and manifestation layers. So.
Have you guys provided any specimens for research ever? Or no,
I don't know if it's ever happened. So I've been with Parenthood just for a little over a year.
Okay.
So in Texas, and so I don't know what they did before.
Because I've been told that Gulf Coast does provide specimens, and just out of their own research department. Apparently, it's something that they do. Yeah. But I mean, if they're like we said, we try to do everything for you in that within that space. So if they're kind of sick of it, we'd be happy.
Definitely.
Well, I think I'll talk to Daryl.
Yeah, please do.
But also have him
send them by. We'll be here all day and all day tomorrow. So. Definitely. Yeah, it was very good to meet both of you. Thanks for
Thank you.
Sorry.
Good to meet you. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
All right, definitely. Thank you.
See you ladies.
Yeah,